In my last video, I showed you how I built this wall. In this video, I'm going to show you what bars live on this wall, why they're here, and are they going to stay? Welcome back to the GymCrafter YouTube channel. My name's Tim. I'm the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com, the website that I built to help ordinary folks like you and I build home and garage gyms that we absolutely love. And one of the reasons I absolutely love my garage gym is the barbell wall. If you missed the video I posted last week, check it out. It's how I built this barbell wall. If you want to build one for yourself, if you want to see why I built it, I go over all that stuff. But this video, we're going to go over the really fun stuff, which is what are the bars that live on this wall. So without further ado, make sure that you like this video, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out all the stuff I've got coming up, and make sure you hit that little bell so that you know when that stuff comes out. But for now, let's get into these bars. Now, these bars are living on a Rep Fitness 8-slot gun rack. And there's one more bar down below, so there's 9 bars we're gonna go over. Not all of these bars are bars that I use. So some of them I'm testing and I'm going to be reviewing and have reviews coming out. Others of them, this is a working gym. I am a trainer, I do train people in here. Some of these bars are up here for the people that I train. But I want to go over each one, why I like them, why I use them for what I use them for, and hopefully that'll help you decide if you like these bars as well. Now I'm going to put links down below to all of these bars. They are affiliate links. The way that I finance this channel is through help from you guys. So if you see a bar that you like and you decide to buy one, please use that affiliate link. It pays me a little bit of extra. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it really helps this channel keep going so that I can buy more barbells, because as I said in a recent short, there is no such thing as too many barbells, just a home gym that's too small. But let's get into these. So we're gonna start at the top and work our way down. Living on the top rack is the Rep Fitness Delta Basic Bar. Now this bar is here for a couple of reasons. Number one, I am testing it. It doesn't get a lot of use. So as you guys know, I like to use this stuff quite a bit before I review it. So since it hasn't had a lot of use, I haven't had a review out. I've had it for almost a year at this point. Now, as far as a basic bar goes, it is on the GymCrafter.com website as listed as my recommended budget bar. Now, I've had some pushback because the tensile strength is lower than some people would like, and the total overall weight capacity is lower. But when you're talking about a basic barbell like this, you don't need super high tensile strength. You don't need super high weight capacity. This is a great all-around budget bar. For those of you guys on a budget, I really like this bar. Now, it's designed to be an all-purpose bar. So it's got dual knurl rings. It spins on bushings. It's got really good sleeve spin to it. Actually, for a budget bar, the sleeve spin and the knurl is really, really good. It does have a center knurl. But I do like it. So as soon as I get some more testing on it, the other slot that it fills up here is I always like to have a beater bar, just a bar that I don't mind if it gets dinged up. Usually I use a lower price bar for that. I had a Boneyard bar from Rogue that filled that slot for a long time. I sold that bar recently and I use this one. So what do I use a beater bar for? Whenever I use my landmines that are metal and I'm putting the end in something and I don't want to scratch up my real nice barbells, which you'll see next, I use a beater bar, and that's the slot that this fills. As soon as I post the review, I will probably be changing this slot out for something different. I'm not sure what yet, but I do like to review some of the more entry-level price stuff so that you guys out there on a budget get some views of bars that you don't normally see reviewed. And yeah, so that's the Delta Basic Bar from Rep Fitness. I do like it. If you are looking for a basic bar, like I said, it is a good, solid recommendation. The next 2 bars are the bars that I use. They're the bars that I use when I train, when I'm not reviewing things, when I'm not testing things, when I'm just in here to work out for myself. And these are the 2 bars that get most of the work as far as a straight barbell goes in this gym. And the first one is the American Barbell Chewy Bar. If you've watched this channel very much, you know that I love this bar. It is probably my favorite bar in the entire gym. Now, it does not make a good all-purpose barbell. It does not make a good single barbell where it's your only bar. The knurl on this is what makes this bar special. It is very aggressive, but without being sharp. I'm going to show you another aggressive knurl bar in a minute. And most of the time what companies will do is they'll do this really sharp pointy knurl that rips up your hands. That is not the case with this. This is probably the grippiest bar that I've ever felt. Everybody that I have come in here and try this bar, they're just like, wow, that feels so cool. American Barbell does their knurl differently. They make their knurl based on the purpose of the knurl, not based on what somebody thinks the knurl should be to serve that purpose. And what I'm talking about is, Your knurl doesn't need to be sharp and pointy to be grippy. This thing is just awesome. So I can't say enough about this bar. American Barbell is, in my opinion, the single best barbell manufacturer on the planet. I don't think anybody else does a better job. They've been doing it longer than most other people. When you look at the internals of their barbell and how they're made, they're gonna last you forever. Yes, they're a little bit expensive, but I'm telling you, if you invest in an American Barbell bar, it's gonna last you forever. You're never gonna wanna sell it. You're gonna wanna use it forever. And that is the case with my Chewy bar. I use this for rows, I use it for deadlifts, I use it for bench pressing. That's pretty much it. I use it a little bit for squatting as well. So I use it for just the big power lifts and that's it. I don't use it for high rep stuff. I don't use it for anything that's kind of more ballistic movements, you know, no snatches, no hang cleans, nothing like that. But for my basic bench, deadlift, squat, it works great for that. And that's why this bar lives on the wall. Now the next one is also an American Barbell bar. This is the bar that's been in my gym the longest at this point of all the bars that are here. This is the American Barbell Grizzly Power Bar. It is one of their lower price power bars, although for them, lower price is subjective. The cool thing about this is it's a power bar, so it's 29 millimeters. It fits my big old hands, which I like. And again, same construction, just really bulletproof construction that you get from American Barbell. Whenever you see other channels make videos about barbells and their tolerances, you will always hear them compare that bar to American Barbell and list American Barbell as having the best engineering tolerances of any barbell manufacturer out there, and that is absolutely the case. The cool thing about the Grizzly Power Bar, remember I mentioned that American Barbell approaches their knurling a little bit differently. Typically what you'll find is most power bars have a very similar medium aggressive, what they call volcano knurl. And what American Barbell does is they tighten up the TPI, or the teeth per inch, and they make it really small and close together. So it's kind of like comparing coarse grit sandpaper on this one, the Chewy bar, to a very fine grit sandpaper on this one. This does not feel like most power bars do. The reason you don't see me recommend it a ton on the channel and on the site is because I did originally recommend this all the time, but because it doesn't feel like it should have a lot of grip, it does. It's got plenty of grip. Just like grip tape on a skateboard, that's that real fine grip sandpaper, this thing just absolutely sticks to my hands, but without ripping up your hands. So on high rep movements, I love this knurl, but I recommended it a lot. I had a lot of people go, oh, it's not aggressive enough for me. It doesn't have enough grip. It may not be aggressive enough for you, but it's got plenty of grip. The thing that I love is if you're looking for a power bar that can also serve as a multi-purpose bar for high rep movements, for more ballistic type movements, this is a great bar for that because I can do high rep rows, I can do higher rep really anything, and this bar doesn't chew up your hands, but it stays grippy. I really love both of these bars. Depending on the movements of the day, I'll use one or both of these bars. 90 to 95% of the time I'm using a straight barbell, and I just can't speak highly enough about American Barbell, but I will stop blathering on about them. You get the idea, but these are my bars. These are my babies. These are the ones that I use when I train. Next is a testing slot. Right now I have the Bells of Steel rackable curl bar in their black titanium sleeves with their blue Cerakote shaft. I'm testing this one right now. I have been on a search to find a curl bar that I love, and this one's not it. Aww. So it's got a lot of good things. So one of the things I really like about it, it is knurled completely across the shaft. It's something that you don't find in a lot of curl bars, and I really, really like that. I love the sleeves. This finish is really cool. I like it a lot. The issue that I have with this bar is the Cerakote is applied really thick. So instead of being nice and grippy like it should, it's almost a little slick. It's not going to slip out of your hands or anything, and for a curl bar you typically don't have a ton of weight on it, but I don't like that it's kind of slick like this. Now, they make this same bar in a black Cerakote, and they do a much better job with their black Cerakote. I saw both of them at Home Gym Con. If I was to buy one for my wall from them, I would buy the black one and not the blue one, and it's got the gold titanium sleeve, so it looks really cool. So if you're looking for a curl bar from Bells of Steel, I do like the black and gold titanium one. I'm just not a big fan of this blue one. What's going to live up here soon is the Bare Steel Equipment curl bar. I'm looking forward to getting this bar. It's not knurled all the way across, but it is knurled here. It is knurled across all of the bends, and it's a 30 millimeter diameter bar, so it's a little thicker, which is really beneficial for a curl bar. I'm really looking forward to getting that one. That's probably going to be the bar that lives in this slot once you see me post the review for this particular curl bar. Coming up next is the Rep Fitness Single Diamond Power Bar. For most people, I recommend this bar for your power bar for your gym. And if you want a power bar that doubles as a bar that works pretty well for everything, I think this is a great choice. If you're not looking for a multi-purpose bar, which we'll talk about next, and you're looking for a power bar to be your single bar for your gym, I really like this. Now, this is in the black Cerakote with the black Duracoat sleeves. I will just be real honest with you guys. I don't like this trend of the black sleeves. The titanium finishes coming out for sleeves tend to be pretty durable and stay looking nice for a long period of time. However, these Duracoat and E-Coat and all these black sleeves, what happens is when you load bars on and off, they just start to look bad from day one. They just don't look as cool. If I was to put bars up here and just have them all be brand new and unused, that would be one thing, but I use all these bars and I just don't like how the black sleeves end up. So if I'm buying a bar for myself and I'm not buying one to test, I'm not buying one with black sleeves, but that's just fine because I have used the black diamond bar in all stainless steel. If I was to buy one of these for my gym, I would buy it in all stainless steel. As good of a job as Rep does with their Cerakote and doesn't get in the way of the knurl very much at all, you can still tell a difference between the knurl on the stainless steel and the knurl on this. I think the stainless steel just feels a little crisper, has a little bit more grip to it. It's not that it's more aggressive or sharper, it's just I think it feels better. I like not having anything between my hands and the finish. And just so that you know, the Chewy bar is a stainless steel bar. I didn't mention that. The Grizzly is a hard chrome, which isn't a bad finish. If they made this in an all stainless steel, I would probably go that route. But for this Rep Fitness single black diamond bar, I would go with a stainless steel bar if I was buying one. But for the money, I don't think you can get a better all-purpose power bar. I think it's better than the Ohio Power Bar by Rogue, and I know that's gonna make a lot of you mad, but it's better. The sleeves have better tolerances. In fact, Rogue just started to redesign all of their bars and tighten up all of their tolerances because they're really known for their bars being really rattly and the sleeves being really loose. And I think that Rep coming out with this line of bars really lit a fire under them to finally clean up their sloppy bars. So maybe their new ones will be better. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. But as far as the older Ohio Power Bars that came out a year ago or later, way better bar right here. Way better bar. Next one is one that I don't use very often, but is the absolute favorite bar of all of the female clients that I train here, and that is the Living Fit Cerakote Multi-Purpose Bar. This is a dual knurl ring, no center knurl, 28 or 28.5 millimeter shaft, medium aggressive knurl, a little more on the medium than the aggressive side. And my female clients, when they come in here, I let my clients pick any bar they want. It's one of the cool things about doing this for a living is they've always got new toys to play with. This is the single bar that they use the most often. Number one, because it doesn't have a center knurl. A lot of my female clients, they wear lower cut stuff in the back and they don't like the center knurl for squats. They like it more just a bare bar. So that's one of the reasons. It's a little narrower diameter so it fits their hands a little bit better. And I will tell you, if you guys are in the market for a budget bar, and instead of having a more of a power bar with a center knurl, you're looking for a smaller diameter bar with no center knurl, you really can't get a better bar for the price than this Living Fit bar. I've made a review about it. You can definitely check it out on the channel, but it is a fantastic bar. I can't speak highly enough. And then if you don't want to pay for the Cerakote, because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of how these black sleeves end up looking, but they make it in hard chrome and it's a super inexpensive bar, and I honestly don't think you can get a better bar for the money. Even if you were to go with a cheapo bar on Amazon, this is going to cost you the same or less and be a way, way better bar. So if you're in the market for that type of bar, that's this one. Again, it's a Living Fit Cerakote Multi-Purpose Bar. It lives up here for the folks that I train. It doesn't live up here for me, it lives up here for them. But as long as I'm training folks in the gym, that's gonna stay there in that slot. The next one is the Rep Fitness Double Black Diamond Bar. Now this is their much more aggressive. Now remember I was talking earlier about a mountaintop knurl that's real pointy and sharp. That is this bar. So as far as that goes, I wouldn't buy this bar for if it's your only bar. It's a great bar for folks who lift quite a bit of weight. You're gonna want some calluses on your hands. Even I lift 4 days a week and I don't even think I have enough calluses, and they're pretty sizable on my hands. But I just personally don't like the feel of that real pointy knurl. The other thing that I found with that pointy knurl is, as soon as you hit it on anything that's not UHMW plastic, the sharp points tend to knock off and bend. So on this Cerakote bar, there's a couple of spots where you see silver, and that's where maybe somebody knocked it into an upright, maybe it hit against another barbell. Any number of things can happen where you knock your barbell into something as you're moving it around your gym. And I don't like the way that the durability of those points. I really think the way that American Barbell does their aggressive knurl is really the best way to do it. But I know a lot of you guys out there, you like this sharp pointy stuff. You need it to be little tiny daggers that dig into your hands so you don't drop it. I get that. If you want a very aggressive knurled bar, the Black Diamond bar is great. As far as the rest of the bar goes, it matches up to the quality level of all of the other Rep Fitness barbells, which I love. I don't think that you can get better bars for the money than the Rep Fitness stuff. But that said, there's a ton of people out there who make great bars. These are the ones that I've chosen to go with. And the reason this lives up here is a couple reasons. Number one, I owe you guys a final review after 6+ months of use on both the Black Diamond and the Double Black Diamond. And then one of the more common questions I get is, which of those two should I get? The answer in short is, if you're buying a dedicated power bar, you want something overly aggressive, that's the Double Black Diamond bar. If you're buying something that you're gonna use for more than just a dedicated power bar and it's gonna be like your only bar or one of only a couple bars, then I would stick with a single Black Diamond, but I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those bars. Now, remember I said I use these two bars most of the time for straight bars? Let me show you the other two bars that just get an absolute ton of work in my gym, but we gotta go down low to take a look at them. All right, come on down here. I gotta show you two more bars, and then I've got a bonus piece that's not a barbell, but boy, it's one of the new favorite things in my gym. So since it's here, I'll show it to you. But let's go here to the Rep Fitness Cambered Multi-Grip Bar. As a 53-year-old man who wakes up in pain just about every day, I have to do a lot in my gym to alleviate extra stress on my joints. And I will tell you that for bench pressing, this is the bar that I use most often. I love that it's cambered. I love that I can get a nice wide grip and get some depth, then a neutral grip in my hands, and it saves my shoulders. I love doing my narrow grip bench presses with this, where I can get it again as a neutral grip instead of straining my wrists. If you've ever done real narrow grip bench presses, you know that a neutral grip is going to be a lot more comfortable for that. I use this for seal rows. I use this for bent over rows. I use this for hammer curls with a barbell. I use this for a ton of stuff. I love that it's rackable. It's a black powder coat and it looks nice, works real well. Now the powder coat, of course, if you ding it up against stuff, you are gonna knock some little bits and pieces off, and both of these bars that I'm showing you right now have that issue. But I will tell you that I absolutely love this bar. If you're looking for a multi-grip bar, I think this is one of the better ones out there. It also comes with this little threaded thing that you can use. Has a little eye bolt that you could put in there, and what that'll allow you to do is use a cable attachment. I think it's a little big and heavy for that. I mean, you've got to put a good 40 or 50 pounds on the other end of the cable just to keep it from falling down. So I'm not a huge fan of that. However, I know some people do use that, but you need to know that it's there. Outside of that, just like I said, for pressing, for rows, this thing gets a ton of use in my gym. The knurl is a nice medium aggressive knurl. It is a little bit on the less aggressive side. If there was one thing I could change about this, I would make this knurl a little bit more aggressive and give it a little bit more grip. For bench pressing, it's not a big deal. For rows, which I use this a lot for, it's kind of a bigger deal, but not a deal breaker. And again, one of my favorite bars in my gym. And if you were to say, hey Tim, outside of that American Barbell Chewy bar, what's your next favorite bar in your gym? It is the Rep Fitness Open Trap Bar. If you're in the market for a trap bar, you gotta buy an open trap bar. There's really no other way to go. I'm not even sure why they make standard trap bars anymore. Get an open back trap bar. Get an open back trap bar that has a jack in it so that it stands up like this, makes it easy to load. You'll use your trap bar a million times more with that format of bar. The Rep is better for a bunch of different reasons. Easy interchangeable handles, the fit, finish, the quality. This is balanced perfectly. So another thing that you'll find with these open trap bars is that when you try and set them up to use them, they'll flip forward to the heavy side. This just sits nice and flat and level. It's so easy to use. I love it. It's rackable. I also use the parts that are in here for the rackability to use to band it. I do banded work with this all the time. And then What I really like is a lot of people talk about the Kabuki open trap bar, but that bar is made from square steel. And you can't do anything with that square steel. You can't put it on your back. You can't do much with it at all. Whereas this is round with some knurl up here. So you can use it for cambered squats. You can use it for carries. You can use it for cambered bench pressing. You can use it for a lot of other stuff besides just deadlifts. And I love this bar for that reason. This is really, like I said, I think it's the best open trap bar in the market. It's not the most expensive one, but I do think it is the best. It's better than the Eleiko, it's better than the Kabuki, it's better than the Bells of Steel, it's better than the Fringe Sport, it's better than all of those. This is an awesome bar. Look, if you're looking at an open trap bar, this is the one you should get if it fits your budget. And that's the bars. Let me take a look at one last thing down here at the bottom. I have the Flex Wedge from Exponent Edge. This is a cool little multi-angle calf block, calf raise thing that I am using literally every single day. I use it for a ton of different movements. If you have a landmine in your gym, you gotta get one of these. Being able to change the angle of where you're pushing off from and where you're standing when you're doing landmine work is a game changer. I'm gonna do a full video on it, probably a couple, but since you're looking at it, I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions to go, hey Tim, what's that thing down there on the floor? That's the thing down there on the floor. Let's go back up top and wrap this up. All right guys, and there you have it, the barbell wall, the barbells that live up there for now. I do wanna go over one more thing with you guys. I am a giant dork for this stuff. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You do not need this many bars. If you just want one bar, get yourself a nice multi-purpose bar, or like I said, the Rep single black diamond bar. Those make good, just, this is my barbell, right? And most of you out there are only ever gonna have one barbell. If you were to add another bar, get yourself a dedicated power bar like the Chewy bar or like the double black diamond bar, but really don't sleep on the specialty bars. As much as we all like to buy a curl bar, this is probably the last specialty bar I would buy for my gym if I was starting over. I like having it, but it doesn't get a ton of use. I'll use it for skull crushers, I'll use it for curls, I'll use it for some close grip bench pressing sometimes, but honestly, these don't get a ton of use. There's tons of other ways to work your arms without that. What I would invest in is the first specialty bar that you should probably buy for your gym is the open trap bar, and then the multi-grip cambered bar. I can't speak highly enough of it. It's one of those ones where people don't realize how much they'll use it until after they have it. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of a strategy if you want to buy some bars for your gym and not go overboard like me. But it is fun to go overboard. So, you know, hey, if you got the budget, buy a bunch of bars. Like I said at the beginning, there's no such thing as too many bars, just a garage gym that's too small. And with that, I will wrap this video up. If you guys have any questions on these bars, how they compare to other bars, on the other side of this camera, there's another 20 bars in the corner that I need to sell because I made a commitment to myself that as much as I like barbells, if it doesn't fit on this wall, it's not staying in this house. But I've used a ton of bars. So if you have questions, please drop them down below. If you have any comments on the video, also drop those down below. I really appreciate you watching until now. If you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. I don't know what's so, just, it's a little heart. Just click it, just click it. And with that, I'll sign off. Until the next video, I am Tim with GymCrafter.